How's it, guys? Welcome to Manly again. Thanks for tuning in. It's Daryl, um, and this is my channel, as we've established before. Today, I wanted to take the opportunity just to chat about one of my favorite bands, and certainly one of my favorite records of all time. I figured I'd, have a chat about why I like the album and how I got it. It's Psycho Candy by the Jesus and Mary Chain, and I've had it a couple of months now. Mainly, the reason I got it was because of, I suppose, it was available while I was browsing at a particular time, and it certainly has some nostalgic value as far as I'm concerned. But it certainly is a brilliant record. I mean, they're one of the pioneers in the early days of shoegaze as a genre, and if you liked the mid '80s type alternative scene, the Jesus and Mary chain was certainly huge during that period. From my side, I got into I got into the Jesus and Mary chain in around 1987, which in South Africa is like, I suppose, 10th grade, standard eight for me at that stage. But yeah, it was their first record that they released, full length LP, that is. It worked on some EPs before, but yeah, that was the first full length LP that they released to, I think, largely an unsuspecting public who, I think they took, well, I know they took by storm. So Saka Candy released in November of '85. As I said, I only got into it later, but the two driving forces behind the band are Scottish brothers, and when they got signed, it took 6 weeks to produce the album. It's got 14 tracks on it, well, and a hidden song, some Candy Talking, which is a great track by itself, but it's not listed on the sleeve. 14 tracks, but it's pretty short, just under 40 minutes, and they have a number of songs in the 2 minute range, so quite quick and to the point, and in my opinion, really punchy music. There's a Jesus and Mary Chain are largely known for huge amounts of guitar feedback and noise, which would just blow you away when you were standing and listening to it and in front of any sort of decent speakers. Um, yeah, so the sound was fairly punchy and possibly even moody. Although I wouldn't, I mean, I don't consider it to be anywhere near goth, for example. But it's certainly a moody sound. I think that the shoegaze title fits perfectly as far as I'm concerned. My favorite track on the album is called Never Understand. I enjoy the pace. I enjoy the drums, which really seem to stand up to the feedback and the noise of it all. And towards the end of the song, there's a section with quite an emotional, moaning, screaming component that takes place in the background. I think it supports or the feelings or the emotion it's meant to portray are very accurately portrayed, actually, by in terms of you can sense the anguish because I think it's a breakup song. Um, Seems to be from the cause of failed communication and whatever the case, the couple moving in different directions, wanting different things. But it's a great track, and it's a great example as well of the Jesus and Mary chains. I suppose then developing sound. Moving forward, that it would constantly be they'd constantly be producing that noise and that level of intensity from the feedback. It was is insane. Um, and I think it's one of the reasons they're one of my favorite bands. I connect emotionally to them. The music itself is just well, the noise, the sound, call it what you want, is superb. But again, I'm partial to shoegaze as a genre. My Bloody Valentine immediately springs to mind. Another great band. Um, yeah, one of my absolute favorite bands. Um, the softer singing, I think it makes you pay attention to the lyrics and what is saying. And yeah, it just harmonizes well with, or the two flow quite nicely together, hand in glove with regards to the noise and the soft lyrics. It makes a lot of sense, and it appeals to me. So, as I mentioned earlier, of course, there's the nostalgia factor. I mean, going back to the last half or the second half of the 80s as a decade. I was finishing high school. I just really gotten immersed, or I'd immersed myself after after being introduced to alternative music, and certainly there were these bands that were doing incredible things as far as I was concerned. But yeah, Jesus and Mary Chain stuck with me, and I had to have the record when I stumbled across it. Psychic Candy, as I mentioned, their first one. Had to make it part of the collection, and I do, and I'm chuffed with it. And it sees heavy rotation on, in my house, and it's something that we'll continue to do. I'll continue to play it. Um, I sourced my copy from Tower Records in the US. We have a small group of mates, and we ship records to get, okay, from time to time we ship records to South Africa. A quick, relatively painless process, I must be honest, but I have noticed that there is one currently available at mrvinyl.co.za. So in my opinion, if you can, really, jump on it and get one for yourself for your personal collection. They won't let you down, I think. Certainly my opinion anyway. So in any event, check out the record if you can. Stream it on something like Spotify before committing to buying it, if you'd prefer. But definitely give it a listen, and let me know what you think about it. So yeah, from my side, thanks again for tuning into Manly. Please consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to drop me a comment or two in the comment section. Thanks and cheers for now.